The question, he asked me whether the Prophet, peace be upon him, bought slaves or owned slaves. I said him, from what I'm aware, he never had slaves, he had servants. Yeah? So people that worked with him, people that provided for him, like Anas bin Malik, Haris bin Zayd. So he said to me whether they were paid. And I said to him, I don't know whether they were paid. I don't know whether they were,
No.
From what I know, they were...
The term slave, I don't like to use it.
Yeah.
Because automatically people think about transatlantic without any doubt. And what you have to understand, before Islam,
I'm good, bro.
doesn't mean it's right. But everybody was enslaving everybody. Okay? Doesn't mean because of his skin color. That the proof that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, one of his, I like to mention the term which is riq. That's the Arabic term for it. Or let us, for the sake of argument, let us use slave, yes? Because as I've mentioned, when you use the term slave, because what happened in history, yes, automatically the viewers, they think slave, So Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, one of his servants, a naked person, punishing him, cut off his penis, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, when he had one of his slaves, or his servants, was Zayd ibn Harith, he was an Arab man, okay? So Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he had some servants, which is in Islam. It was Persian. There was a few of them.
So let me give you context. This conversation wasn't even about race or slavery. There was a question that came from another conversation. Does Islam ban slavery? That was the question.
No.
I'm not including this conversation.
Okay, no problem.
That's what it was. And them two.
But there's something which I won't speak about it. Allah bless you. There's something which these issues. As I was mentioning to my brother Adam here, some issues, to be honest, because there's too many doubts about it, too many misconceptions. Cannot be, I'm speaking. Allah bless you. It cannot be sorted out. It cannot be sorted out in the park in 1 hour video.
No.
You see what I'm saying? Because, for example, if many of us being born in this country or brought up in this country, and without any doubt, if you're brought up in an environment, the culture, you'll be affected by its culture.
I understand. Let me see if I can help you, right? When it comes to the concept of slavery, I understand that today we might have banned slavery, but we have things called prison, which could be seen as a form of slavery.
Yes.
Back in the old days, many times, they might have had certain things. So slavery, that term could have been used in forms of capturing armies.
That's the one. That's one. Islam.
That's what I'm saying,
So Islam.
Okay,
that's a good. So in Islam, Islam came, as this was mentioned, the origin of human being to be free. Should not be imprisoned. That's the term let me use because it's good to use this one. Imprisoned, or captured, the Prophet Muhammad said there's 3 types of people Allah will not accept their prayer. One of them who goes out and capture people and make them as his prisoners. His prayer is not accepted. But in Islam we have something called ar-riq. What is the riq? Riq, if someone wages a war against the Muslims and the Muslims attack them, then the outcome of that, if he's captured, then there's free choice for the Muslim leader. Either to let him go free, or to use him as a prisoner and as a servant.
To pay back the debt.
The debt to serve the Muslims. Okay, because the outcome of waging a war against the Muslims, likewise, the benefit to mix with the Muslims and to see how Islam taught us to teach the people, even the prisoners, and the other thing, to exchange him with the Muslim prisoners, exchange or ransom. Okay, like example, I took one of your soldiers as a prisoner. Okay, I said, let us swap back. Okay, can you give money? Okay. Or I say, what? Let him go free.
So if I wage war against, let's say there's an army that wage war against Islam back in those days.
Yeah.
If they were captured, could that person be held until their death, until they die of old age?
Depends. Sometimes they can go be free.
So they can't get their own freedom at that point.
No. Because why? Because as I mentioned, the crime he committed. Yes. Okay. Likewise, also there is. So one of the ways, so in Islam there's only one way when you're allowed to capture someone and take him as a prisoner, is a war. Okay? Not just a war, because disbelief and a war, both of them. If it's just disbeliever, you're not allowed to go and capture him as a prisoner because of disbelief.
So the question before you came was, did Muhammad have any slaves?
He had war prisoners, yes, without anybody. And he had servants before Islam as well.
Right, okay.
Yes.
So the servants, were they paid?
I'm not going to say all of them, Allah knows best, okay, to be honest. But I know, like the Zayd ibn Harith, he was a servant of the Messenger of Allah. When his father knew about him, he came to the Zayd and he said, Prophet Muhammad, I want my son back. Prophet said, okay. But he brought him. He said, your father is here. And he said to father, by Allah, I will not exchange this person with anyone else. And he preferred to stay with the Prophet Muhammad because he saw how he took care of him and treated him. Yes. So go on. Akhi.
And also there's a narration from one of the Sahaba, Sahih Muslim, Abu Dhar. He told a person who was mistreating a servant an advice that the Prophet gave him. He said, these people are your brothers that Allah has placed you in authority over them.
In charge of them.
So clothe them with your clothes
and feed them
with your food.
That's it.
And do not give them a burdenous job which they cannot deal with, and if it is, then help them.
Help them, yes.
You see, so that context of looking after someone who's serving your household is completely different to what we think about when we hear the word slavery. You have to feed them with.
And also the reason for that, not because of his skin color, not because of his belief. No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying. You have to understand. I spoke to you many times, but the viewers. That's why I'm using this, because you understand. But the people who are watching, they say, not because of his skin color, not because of his belief, as I mentioned. If you wage a war against Islam, it's a time for prayer. All right. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. So when you look to Islam, the servitude, I mean, like you use good words, which are like in prison or prisoners, because there's a term called raq in Arabic. So the outcome of people waging a war against Muslims, then you take what they left as a booty, as a spoils. Likewise, you take prisoners, So you ask a question about can they be free anytime? There's many verses and many ahadith prophet speech encouraging people to free them. One of them, if you free your prisoner or the servant that is working for you now, then you get paradise. You see. Likewise, for example, if you swear by Allah, for example, I say, Wallahi, I'm not coming back to speak Iskonder, then next week I come back. Then Islamically I have to fast 3 days. Or free servants. Okay? So they Tadahur, So there is many ways so there's many channels to free the prisoners. You see, but there's only one way to take them as your servant, which is war. Yes.
And how's the war defined? Like war on Muslims, war on the Islamic State, war.
No. Like me and my friends go fight someone in Tottenham Court Road, then kidnap his girlfriend. He said, no. You know what I'm saying? It's under Islamic government, and as I've mentioned, so the Muslim leader will analyze what is the best situation. For example, in our time, what is the best situation? Is it to keep them, or to free them, or to exchange them? So there's many options. It's for the Muslim leader to dictate what is the best.
Is there a Muslim leader today where war could be waged? So could this example manifest today?
Yeah, for example, now if any country wage war against the Muslims, then now it's not, because why now?
Say major war, because right now there is no Islamic. Is there Islamic State?
Yeah, there is Islamic State.
Which one? Where is that?
All the Muslims are Islamic states in the countries. You mean they rule by Sharia?
Yeah.
Not all of them rule by Sharia.
So
not all of them.
It's war on Islam, not Islam, but
Muslim states, like Algeria or Morocco.
So the war that happened in when they invaded Iraq, right?
Iraq,
If the Iraq won, they could enslave the invaders.
The government, yes. Yeah. Okay. So if the government not just enslave, because now even with to be honest, with Iraq won, that's not even the same thing. The Iraq one is a bit like political, because there were some Muslim countries that were involved in it. Because why? Saddam, he died as a Muslim, yes? But before Saddam was not Muslim. He was a Ba'ath party. As Saddam, he was killing innocent people in Iraq as well. You see, of course, before he was put in prison, before he died, said Shahada, may Allah have mercy upon him. But the Muslim countries who were involved with the Western world for fighting against Saddam. But to be honest, America and Britain, the reason they waged war against Saddam, not because he was killing innocent people, because of a nuclear weapon, and which was a lie. Bush and Tony Blair, both of them knew that was a lie. And I'm very surprised they are the biggest terrorists and they're still walking free.
Well, okay.
Of course, like how many people they killed?
Yes,
they are war criminals.
That's what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah, of course. That's why there's many people saying that. Not me, but many people saying that. They are war criminals who went and killed innocent people based upon story that they knew it was fabricated by the Muslim countries that got involved, because Saddam was killing innocent people.
So if there was a war,
you know what they say in my country?
What they say?
If doesn't stop.
Doesn't stop.
Yes.
No, but
because if
no, I'm trying
so there's difference between theory and.
But so if there was a war and then the opposition is following orders, right?
Yeah.
If they're captured in this scenario, their only way of freedom is at the mercy of the captors. Right? There is no like time deeds they have to do to gain freedom. They have to literally.
No, there is the gain freedom. It's called al-mukataba, yeah, writing. It's a mukataba, like you write, you do the contract. You say I will work for this and I'll pay you, then you work free.
All right.
Yeah,
so you serve a
3 years of servitude.
Yeah, first servitude, and after let me go
and
free.
that pays for the damages of the war and stuff.
Huh?
That will pay for the damages of the war.
Yeah, or the reason he was imprisoned. Because why? Like, as I've mentioned, there is many benefits in this. One of them, historically speaking, many people that were imprisoned in wars and taken as a servant became Muslims. And they will walk as a free and they never run away. There were, as I've mentioned, there were many scholars. Like Ikrimah was a free slave or free servant. Ata ibn Abi Rabah, one of the big scholars of Islam. Hassan al-Basri himself, was one of the, I don't know if he was Mawla, I don't remember exactly. I can't remember exactly, I mean. But the point here is that many of them, those who were taken as a war prisoners, and they were serving the Muslims, they turned to Islam and they become Muslims, and afterwards they have their own business, their own family, everything.
By converting.
Yeah, by converting. No one forcing them, because as you know,
So there's a benefit in converting when you're in.
There's benefit with mixing the Muslims.
Right, okay.
So one of them, so as I've mentioned, to be honest, this issue is an issue with. That's why I was saying earlier on, some issues, and I was saying that to you as well. Some issues cannot be dealt with in 1 hour video.
No, it's a long.
Because it's a jurist now. And now it's under the Islamic authority. The Muslim leader think, okay, what is the best thing to do? Is to keep them, or to let them go free, or to exchange them with the prisoners? So he knows what is the best interest for the society, for its country and its people. So alhamdulillah, I believe, that's my point. If the European followed the Prophet Muhammad teaching, they would have gone to enslave the Africans or any other people. Understand? Likewise, some Arabs did that.
What about the Arabs? What
Yeah,
they're following?
they're not following Prophet Muhammad's
Why do
teaching.
they do this then?
That's what I'm saying. Now, there is some of them that do in Mauritania.
Yes.
And Mauritanian scholars, all of them, that said that it's forbidden. That is not what Islam was talking about. That is not you go inside a village, you kidnap a woman or a man and says my slave. No, or my servant. No, that's forbidden Islam. So, as I was speaking to my teacher, Abu Iyad, he said we have to differentiate between Islam and what some Muslims leaders did. You understand? Some of them, without any doubt, did some evil. I'm not going to defend the evil they did. You understand? Alhamdulillah.
So what about in Mali? Like in Mali, there's things going on where they're burning a lot of the ancient scriptures and stuff, and they're destroying some.
By who?
Yeah, Mali.
I know Mali, but I don't know who's doing that.
So what is? I couldn't tell you the group's name. Right?
Boko Haram?
It's not Boko Haram. Boko Haram is more so Nigeria.
Nigeria, correct? Yeah.
But in
Boko
Mali,
Haram.
there's an issue that's come to my attention that a lot of the old, because Mali was famous for a lot of ancient.
Can you walk with? I can't come because there's people shouting.
I think maybe Shaq will be best to speak if he's even here. But there was an issue where there's what they're calling extremists, and what they're doing is they're burning a lot of the ancient texts that was in Mali, and they're also knocking down a lot of the shrines.
I don't know. I can't speak about that. I can't speak about that.
Oh, if you don't know, then
But Islamically speaking,
yeah, what's your on blowing up monuments and burning?
no. Islamically speaking, first of all, it's not for any group in a country to go and do some crazy stuff. That's not from Islam. You see what I'm saying? But in Islam, yes, if the government, people of authority will believe that the graves should not be raised too high, okay? Because that leads to polytheism and disbelief. The reason people start worshipping graves because they start honoring too much the graves, making them as a place of worship. Right. Okay, and the Prophet Muhammad said make it to level. But this one goes back to authority. Right. The people in charge of the country, not you and I, 20 of us, go to a village, there's Christians there. And if you come to a Christian, if there are Christians then, Islamically speaking, in some cases, the Christians, they have their own law.
Yeah.
In Islamic Sharia, some cases they have their own court, Christians or non-Muslims. So Islam does not, Sharia doesn't apply to all of them. You understand? For example, to make that clear, Islamically, if a Muslim insults Prophet Muhammad, there is severe punishment for the person. Okay, a Muslim. But now, if a Christian says, "I don't believe Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet," scholars, the likes of Ibn Taymiyyah, may Allah have mercy upon him, said that doesn't come under insult because that's his belief. You see what I'm saying? Because there were Jews lived under Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and they said, "You're not a true prophet. You're a liar. You're not a true prophet." Okay. Prophet never said, you don't believe I'm true, I'm going to kill you, you understand? Yes.
Well, it's a different. So, what is the punishment for? Well, you won't find a Muslim person saying that, but you're saying the punishment for a Muslim saying this is different from a punishment for a non-Muslim saying this. Is this what you're saying?
No, I'm saying there is some Islamic legislation, Sharia, does not apply to non-Muslims.
Right.
Yes.
But what does apply to Muslims then? What is the rule in?
For example, I'm saying we know.
Alcohol.
Yeah, for shirk. Muslim cannot commit shirk. It's forbidden for Muslim to commit shirk, but the Christian does commit shirk.
Well, by definition, right?
By definition, it's a shirk polytheism.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So again, likewise, how they get married doesn't apply to them. They don't have to get married according to Islamic Sharia. Okay. You understand? They get married according to their way. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna go, inshallah. It's my pleasure talking to you as well. Take care. Look after yourself, bro.